Did you know that every 2 seconds in the United States there is a person who is in need of blood? This means that there is a constant demand for blood donations. Unlike many things, blood cannot be manufactured in factories, and this leads to the large need for blood donations. That's why when I got the chance to donate blood, I took the opportunity so I could help people. Today I'll be telling you why you should donate blood and why you should donate blood. You should donate blood because it helps save lives. It can actually benefit you, and it also goes towards medical research to help find new treatments for medical patients. Donating your blood can help save lives in many different ways. According to redcrossblood.org, one donation can save up to 3 lives, and only 1 pound of blood is took per donation. When you donate your blood, it is separated into 4 individual components. It's the red blood cells, white blood cells, plasma, and platelets. So when they take it into the lab, they put it in this big machine that spins it round and round and round, and this makes it separate into these individual components. And this is an example. So this is what it looks like when you just donate your blood. And then this is what it looks like after it's got out of the machine and it's separated into the red blood cells, the platelets and plasma, or the platelets and white blood cells, and then that's the plasma. So these 4 components can be used for cancer patients, bone marrow and organ transplants, blood disorders, and surgeries. The cancer patient's blood can be used for a variety of reasons. A cancer patient who is taking chemotherapy may become anemic, and anemia is when they don't have enough red blood cells in their body, and this can lead to not being able to breathe very well because you have a shortage of oxygen. So your red blood cells, they carry oxygen all throughout your body, so when you don't have enough of those, then that's what makes you not be able to breathe as good. So my grandma, when she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer a few years back, she did chemotherapy and she got to the point where she couldn't breathe really well. So her doctor recommended that she did a blood transfusion. So she did it, and you could definitely see a difference. She could breathe a lot better, and she just had a lot more energy. So cancer patients may also need a platelet transfusion because the bone marrow isn't able to make enough blood supply to supply the body efficiently. And platelets are also helpful in blood clotting. So this is your red blood cells and the white blood, or the platelets. And so when something tears your skin, instead of you bleeding out, it clots up so you don't bleed out. And that's the platelets right there with the red blood cells, and they just help it clot. So, yeah. And blood donations can also be used in surgeries because of a large amount of blood loss, especially in major surgeries or emergency surgeries. In people with a blood disorder, a blood transfusion can help a person who is in need of a specific component in the blood because either they don't make enough of it or they make too much of one thing and not enough of another. For example, in sickle cell anemia, the body doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells, and this leads to not having enough oxygen in the body. So instead of a normal round red blood cell, like this one right here, sickle cell is actually crescent shaped, and it's actually really painful for the person who has it. So therefore, the sickle cell patient will need a red blood cell transfusion. Not only does donating blood help benefit others, but it can also help benefit you. According to remison.edu, it can show you if you have a health concern. It can reduce the amount of harmful iron storage in your body, and it can improve mental status. So before you go to donate your blood, you have to get a medical examination, and this shows you if you have a fever, or you have too high or too low blood pressure, or a pulse rate. And by doing this, it can detect a problem or maybe some kind of medical condition that you didn't really know you had. And along with this, your blood gets tested for many other diseases. Donating blood can reduce the amount of iron buildup in your body. Too much iron, also known as hemochromatosis, and when it isn't controlled, is very dangerous. It can lead to other health conditions, such as a heart attack. And according to healthline.com, when you have too much iron, it can constrict the blood vessels, and this causes a heart attack. So the reduction of iron helps reduce the risk of a heart attack. Mental status can also be improved because it can help with providing a sense of belonging because you're doing something for somebody else and you're just helping out. If you donate blood, it can make you feel like you have a purpose and you're making a difference in the community. And it can also reduce the risk of depression and increase a person's happiness just by donating blood. Along with saving people's lives and benefiting you, a blood donation can be used for medical research to come up with new and better treatments for medical patients. According to nybloodcenter.org, depending on what lab your blood goes to and what they're researching at the time, it can be used for determining how to handle infectious diseases in people and also new ways to handle, store, collect, and process blood. A lot of research is done also to help improve blood transfusion for patients. And by donating your blood, you could have the potential to help medical professionals break through on new blood research. A healthy person's blood could be compared to a patient with a blood disorder to try and see what is different and what is wrong and how they can treat it or find a cure for that particular disease. In conclusion, donating blood is really easy and a great way to give to people who are in need. Today I've told you about how blood donations save lives, benefit you, and can also be helped to use to find new and better treatments for medical patients. I encourage you to donate blood if you get the chance because there's nothing better than helping a person in need.